looks is not the be all and end all, and
Right.
success is something somebody else can measure for me. Success doesn't mean topping in your schools and getting placements on day O. It's good. Kids who are able to do that, who want to do that, is good for them.
No one is immune to mental health problems. People at all levels of social, occupational, or economic status can experience a mental illness. Is this surprising? No, it should not be. Mental health illness affects our work. It is associated, for instance, with decreased productivity, mood irritability, leading to increased interpersonal conflict, increased absenteeism, and short term and long term disability. Thus, creating a safer and healthy workplace environment is essential. Providing resource to the colleagues who might suffer from mental health problems or guiding him or her to the right direction can be very helpful. Encouraging people to seek professional care and providing support, understanding, and acceptance are essential. Hello and welcome to the Honest Talk by Freak Folks. I'm Harsh Pandey. For this particular session, we have with us very special guest, Ms. Minal Sinha ma'am. She is the founder and CEO of meetingsandoffices.com, a DIPP aggregated startups and a winner of NASCOM Product Conclave 2017 live funding event. She is a founding member and on the executive committee of the Indian Business Group Real Estate Vertical as well as the chairperson All India All Ladies League Mumbai Startup. So, first of all, ma'am, I welcome you to in this session. Thank you so much for joining and agreeing to share your thoughts with us.
Thank you so much, Harsh, for inviting me, having me over, and I hope we are able to take at least one step towards
Yes,
creating a better environment for mental health
correct.
and wellness.
Absolutely right, ma'am. It's our pleasure too. So, moving to the topic of today's session, which we have chosen as mental health, the most important conversation today. We have seen the problems like that treatment of mental health as taboo, ignorance about the issues and the support needed, also ignorance about the kind of issue caregivers can face, general apathy, thinking it's just laziness and boredom, treating mental health as decrease rather than a condition, lack of proper medical infrastructure and support, as well as qualified psychologists. People assuming one who fits all, peer pressure created by parents, society, educational institution, and more importantly, social media. Not having open communication channel is stigma, lack of open discussion around the topic, and best of people having a pity as the foremost emotions. So, ma'am, it's a kind of actual request to you. Please explain to our viewers what are your views on this, and what are your recommendation to fight with it, because that's most essential.
Okay. So, see, first of all, uh, people don't realize, and there is, even though there is increasing awareness and people are accepting mental
Right.
wellness as a much required concept, but even then, overall, majority, there is a lack of awareness and a lack of empathy. Even in places where your loved ones and family and people who are supposed to support you and take care of you, even where they realize that uh, you know uh, either the child or the spouse or the family member needs some special care, needs to go to professionals,
Right.
they are still at a loss to understand how to deal with it themselves. So like you rightly mentioned, and in the points that we had earlier discussed also,
Yes.
um, you know in India, 50% of all mental illnesses begin by the age of 14,
Okay.
and 75% by the age of 24.
Okay.
And in a country like ours, there isn't enough infrastructure, there isn't
Right.
enough knowledge. People are not willing to accept that mental illness is a real threat, it's a
Hmm.
real epidemic that we need to deal with. Because if it's our youngsters between the age of 14 to 25 who are going through this, and there is
Right.
nobody to support them, because what happens is 80% of the times people don't realize the symptoms. You
Yes.
know, if only we could create a loving environment where a child, with the moment they feel any discomfort,
Mm.
can openly go and talk to their parents, and the parents know what next to do, or at least figure out, and there are support systems where they can go and figure out. We could nip it in the bud, and we could stop it going from bad to worse, and becoming a situation where we cannot control it.
Mm.
Now people who even understand uh, and want to do something, the caregivers don't understand what to do. Because
Yes.
even if your family member is going and seeing a psychiatrist or a counselor or a therapist, a, you do not understand who's the right kind of therapist for which person.
Correct.
B, we are all the supposed well-wishers are all gyan givers, right?
Yes.
Gyan dena to bahut aasan hai. So we know how to set this person right.
Yes.
It is not a choice that they are making. We need to
Mm.
understand that अगर बच्चे को या घर में किसी को बुखार होता है, we need to give them medication. So
Mm.
if somebody is going through a mental condition, illness, and most of these majority of the mental health problems in India, especially in the Indian population, is more of depression and anxiety,
Right.
and less other disorders. But
Correct.
you can't just say, oh my god, you're paranoid, why are you talking like this? You can't just respond to people saying sabko hota hai, you need to get up on time, you need to take a walk, listen to music, and you'll be fine. You can't just give up on life. You can't tell your kids that you are lazy. I have unfortunately spoken to students and kids, who talk to me about their mental well-being, but
Mm.
they say I can't speak about it in my family because once I told my parents and they were like, "You are lazy,"
Mm.
and they shut me in a room. And some parents hit their kids just because they
Right.
don't understand it. And also, it's such a taboo, Harsh.
Mm.
People think अगर मुझे समझ भी आ रहा है और मेरे घर में किसी को है, I cannot talk about it openly outside
Mm.
because we don't want to acknowledge the fact that it is an actual disease, a condition which
Right.
needs lots of love and affection and care and professional help. We feel if we tell anybody that somebody, a family member, is going through either depression, anxiety, or any of the other mental health disorders, that means people will start either blaming me, or people will start thinking this person is mad and lunatic. No, it is not like that.
Mm.
And it is also not that ठीक है अब तुम साइकाइट्रिस्ट के पास जा रहे हो, you're taking the medicines, you have been taking medicines for 2 weeks, now it's time to get up. No,
Mm.
it is not that simple. Please understand that somebody who is clinically depressed or has an anxiety disorder, please understand. So each individual is different.
Yes.
All human beings are wired differently, right?
Fine.
So you
Yes.
can't just say that this worked for me, why isn't it working for you? No. What is going in their mind, what are the chemical reactions happening in their brains, is very different from what happened to you or to somebody else you knew, for that matter. It is not easy for them to open up.
Mm.
I have read people on social media posting, oh my god, why didn't this person come and speak to us, and why didn't he seek help? If only, if only they could open up, if only they could muster the courage and the strength and the motivation to take that first step. Let's first create that ecosystem and environment around them, that they feel loved, they feel safe, give them
Right.
safe environments. And like I said, the second big problem is, even when you want to help, you are at a loss because you don't know what is right, what to say, what not to say. But the thing is, if you keep an open communication channel, and actually it is very, very important for the caregivers to also undertake therapy, because it takes a lot out of you to be a caregiver. It takes a lot out of you, and it's
Yes.
not easy. It's not easy, and we are not creating that awareness, the knowledge, and the platform for caregivers to be able to
Exactly.
take care of their family members.
Indeed, ma'am.
Sorry,
I think
I just got into it. I don't know how much.
no, it's
Uh,
completely fine. I think you have given a very detailed insights into this, and this was really an amazing answer. You have focused on the point which actually I want to discuss, and this is a topic which you have actually suggested me to choose. This is really the need of the hour, and as you have told that the age group of 15 to 25 are the most vulnerable group. And also, I have a data. India has one of the world's highest suicide rates among youth. According to ASSOCHAM survey, 72% of students in India don't know how to handle pressure. What do you think? What are the common reasons among school and colleges students? Is there studies are pressurizing them, or there's something else? What do you think? What are the major common reasons?
So you rightly said it is almost like every hour a student is committing suicide in this country, and it's not all right. It is just not all right. They need to be able to talk to somebody, get professional help, get the right kind of love and affection and care before they reach that stage. It is not easy for somebody to take their life. And what you hear after you hear of a suicide is, oh my god, such a selfish thing
Hmm.
to do.
Right.
Did Do they even realize what they're doing to their family? Oh my god, seriously? Something drove them to that, and it is not an easy step to to take, to go till that level. I personally know a lot of people who've tried to commit suicide and come back from it, meaning hats off to them. Something in their lives has saved it. But in our current ecosystem with the youngsters, we feel that we are not putting any pressure on the kids, but without knowing, sometimes there are kids who are taking that pressure themselves because that's the
Yes.
peer group they are with.
Right.
Sometimes it's the parents, meaning in India, oh my god, meaning Asians are famous for being tiger moms, right?
Hmm.
Earlier it used to be the Joneses syndrome. Now the Joneses
Yes.
syndrome has traveled to the kids. मेरा बच्चे का number उसके बच्चे से कम कैसे? अरे, it is all right if my kid has got 40%. It's all right. He is doing his best.
Exactly.
Not every child excels in every field.
Correct.
Somebody might be better at sports, somebody might be better at art, somebody might be, creatively inclined. Why do we have that either a doctor or an engineer? Nothing else matters. And
Yeah.
even if the population is evolving, it is not about the top 5 or even the top 20% of the population where the parents are
Hmm.
uh, more versed with the opportunities and career opportunities, or broad minded enough and have different perspectives. Majority of the population still thinks, meaning when I was being brought up, when I was a child, हमारे time पे, if you don't take science, my god, you're a loser. I have friends who took arts and they're doing so well. Arts and commerce kids, they're doing so well. But if you haven't taken science, okay, there's something wrong. The
Hmm.
cutoff percentage in our colleges, my god, is it real? 100% is a
Yes.
cutoff? What are we talking about not creating pressure on our kids? We are bringing them up in, like, these highly sensitive pressure pans.
Exactly.
It's going to explode sooner or later. It's going to explode. We are telling them failure is bad. We are
Hmm.
bringing them in an environment where they get punished for not getting straight
Yes.
A's. I can understand reward, punishment, incentivizing,
Hmm.
but please understand it cannot be the same yardstick for every child, for every individual. And when they are going to educational institutions, talking to other people, they need to be able to understand that, somebody's got me.
Hmm.
Whatever might happen, marks is not the be all and end all. And
Right.
success is not something somebody else can measure for me. Success doesn't mean topping in your schools and, getting placements on day O. It's good. Kids
Yes.
who are able to do that, who want to do that, is good for them. But comparing, you meaning, forget just parents, in educational institutions I have seen teachers who are comparing and saying, oh my god, you can't even do this much,
Right.
look at XYZ. And well-meaning friends and friends parents would always be like, putting you on a pedestal, or saying, oh my god, wish you were like this. Let us respect who that individual, who that child is. Let us give them the freedom to express themselves. Let us not teach them that when you are painting, The morning scene has to be mountains with the sun
Yes.
rising at the back. Let them use their imagination. Kids are born creative geniuses.
Yes.
Let them explore. Give them the
Exactly.
right tools to explore. Plus, the other thing is, Harsh, today it is thanks to the internet age and everything being online, and in fact in the last 2 years it being brought even closer where everything is
Yes.
happening online. They're exposed to a lot more. The avenues are a lot more than they were, let's say, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years ago. So the youngsters today, we don't realize, but when the choice is increasing for them, when the activities are increasing for them, it is that much more difficult for them to balance, find out what's right for them, what's wrong for them, and figure out how to deal with it.
Hmm.
The, when you didn't have internet games and video games, wasn't life simpler? Because you would just only had one choice, niche jao, play with your friends and come back tired, finish your homework, go to bed. But today, they do not only have, their own friends who they meet on a daily basis, they also have this entire world outside the online
Hmm.
friends who are
Correct.
teaching them about different things, different experiences, which maybe our kids are not exposed to out here. We have to keep those factors in mind. I heard a very valid point being raised by an international speaker once in a forum. He said, you know, for example, let's just say the YouTubers or the video
Okay.
game company, they are spending billions and millions of whatever dollars
Hmm.
making these places and these
Right.
platforms attractive to this age group.
Hmm.
What is the alternative that we are providing? What are we doing to show them and expose them to better, safer, happier alternatives so
Yes.
that they can find the right mix? Just forcing them to get up at 4 in the morning to go for cricket practice because that's the big thing, and then saying, that one is doing so well and you don't do well. I don't think that's the solution. Every child has a different talent. Let them explore it, let them
Indeed.
find themselves.
Yes. Correct. Indeed, ma'am. I think you have stressed really on very many important aspects related to it, and you have actually told we have been taught about what everyone have the plan after the success, but nobody have the exact plans what to do after the failure they don't have, and we have never been taught in our education system. We have never taught in our homes that what we
But
can do.
by instinct, if a child falls down, the child look around.
Yes.
When a kid is just learning how to
Yes.
walk,
Yes.
the child falls down, right? They look around. If there is somebody to pick them up, they will wait and they will cry. If there is nobody, they will just get up, right? And
Yes.
I say it in a lot of my talks that when you teach your kids how to ride a bicycle, they fall, right?
Hmm.
Do you tell them stop and never ride a bicycle again?
No.
No, right? It's part of the growing up process. It's part of the learning. You fall, you dust your knees, you dust your skill, you dust your hands, and you get on the cycle again and you ride. We need to just let them do that freely.
Correct. Exactly, ma'am. As you have told in your previous answer about the social media and all, there's a one more aspect which we have to say this. Our daily life has been digitalized, tracked, and tied up in matrices. Our real selves have split into online avatar and profile picture and status updates. A virtual life is sunny and bright. It's where you post your prettiest picture and tell all your best news. But is it real? Most importantly, is it healthy?
I don't think it is very healthy. And what is happening, whether you like it or not, and whether people like it or not. But in order to project
Hmm.
how great their life is, people are putting, and fake pictures, people are creating
Yes.
stories. Nobody knows what's going on in their lives.
Hmm.
Meaning, and in fact, while saying this, I realized something. Uh, that somebody who's undergoing, stress or anxiety or depression, I have heard people often say, "Oh, but they look fine." You know, I've heard people comment, "Oh my God, that person is the live wire of the group, and they have so much positive energy." It's
Hmm.
so easy, Harsh, to hide your pain. It is just so easy to hide your pain. We have to be able to encourage them to share the pain
Right.
and not the rosy picture. It is it is all right to fail. It is all right to have pain and sadness in your life.
Exactly. We
We
need
need
to
to
share
create
this.
a safe environment where people can share. And it is not about, oh my God, your friend is doing this. Oh my God, my friend went
Mm,
to Italy. Where did I go? Oh my God, whether I have the resources or not, I have to go on a foreign holiday. But it is
right.
all right. It is your happiness in your heart that matters. It is how you perceive your life that matters. It doesn't matter what other people are doing.
Well,
But unfortunately, why? Because the world has become closer, even closer now, because everything is available on social media. It
mm,
is impacting, and a lot is being negatively impacted because of what all you see there. But that's not the real truth. Even if a couple is fighting day in day out, that's not the picture they're going to post.
of
That
course.
is not what social media is about. So let's not look at Instagram pictures and say, oh my God. Let's just talk about reality. I think we need to get more real, even while sharing. But I guess one can do that only when there is a platform out there, people out there, your ecosystem out there, which is more accepting.
Right.
You know,
Well, ma'am.
agar your own family is also going to say ki nahi nahi, there are typical words that are Indian families use. Oh my God, that person is not all right just because he or she is going through depression. No, no, थोड़ी पूरी सूरी है. This
Mm,
Panju term, I'm sorry, a Punjabi term, but
no, no, that's completely fine.
I am sorry. What are you saying? Please try and understand what the person is going through. Just walk in their shoes for even 30
Mm,
seconds, because it's so easy to judge. And like I said initially, Gyan Dena is like, it's so easy, right? Are ye karo, are just listen to music, just start walking. If only you could get out of the bed in the morning. If only they could. Yeah, meaning, wouldn't they? Who doesn't want to do the right things and be happy?
right.
So that
Exactly,
is the
ma'am.
issue.
I think this was a kind of insights inside a meaningful discussion from your side. And ma'am, let's coming back to the topic, mental health. What do you believe being a responsible citizen, and what do you think how one can speak to and help someone with the mental health problems like depression or anxiety?
Okay, so like I said, first, each human being is wired differently, each individual is wired
Yes.
differently. But I think the best way to show support is talk to them openly about it. How are they feeling? If they want to share, they will. But if you
Hmm.
create that environment where they are not being belittled, you're not making fun of them, or you're not talking behind their back, and you show real concern, you keep the communication channels open, tell them, we are proud of you and we are there for you. Let us know how we can help. Of course, there are times
Right.
when they need help and motivation, uh, in order to just get out of bed, like I said.
Exactly.
So stop telling them, oh, you're just lazy. You know, stop putting labels. Ask, how could we help? Is there something that you would like to do? Try and create an environment where they feel loved, protected. I'm again using the word safe,
Hmm.
so that they can come out, open up, speak about what is happening to them, and please seek professional help. And even in therapy, there are different kinds of therapies available. You need to figure out, along with your medical professional and your psychiatrist, what really works for the person who's suffering through depression and anxiety. And I think parents just need to be, and I don't think it can happen on its own, right? I think it's a
No.
countrywide movement that needs to be taken. Harsh, I was reading some data, and I realized that while in developed countries they allocate 5 to 18% of their annual healthcare budget on mental health,
Okay.
in India, where as per World Health Organization's data and speculation, India is the country which suffers the most from depression. and anxiety. Okay, it's the highest percentage in India.
Mm.
Out here, we allocate roughly 0.05%
Oh,
of our health budget to mental health and well-being. And in fact, uh, the budget had been increased from 3.5 million in 2017-18 to 5 million in 2018. Post that, it has gone down to 4 million.
okay.
And post 2020, whatever has happened, there is an expected, and that is only for people who are able to share their pain. There's an expected rise of at least 20% in mental ailments in the
Oh,
population. So why are we not at a national level taking
yes.
care of, if our youth, like we discussed earlier, if our youth is going to face such trauma, why aren't we doing something to ensure that as a nation we are able to take care of our kids and our next generation? You know what World Health Organization has also estimated, that on account of mental health disorders, the economic loss to India could be as high as US dollars 1.03 trillion. So
This
this
is
is not
terrible.
something that individuals like you and I can do alone.
No,
It has to be national level policy change. It has
correct.
to be cognizance and recognition of the fact that not only do we need to take better care, but we need to create education.
Mm,
Education, open mindsets, and sensitize people towards what they
right.
can do. And it is not like people very easily say, oh, depression is a disease for the rich and fancy. It is not.
No.
Look at So look at the people in the rural population, the middle
Yes.
class. They suffer to a great extent, and they can't even afford proper medical care,
Exactly.
because mental health care is expensive. Let's face it. And our country, we don't have so much infrastructure at a level that you can easily reach out. And plus, what is worse for this population is that in their ecosystem, in their environment, the economic strata that they are in, it is even a worse taboo. So it's very
Mm,
difficult for them. And it's not a term coined by the doctors to earn money, for heaven's sake. It is not.
no. Right, ma'am. My next question to you is, what do you think, if we have more social connections in life, do you think having good people and environment around you, as you have said, safe environment around you, avoid such kind of problems like mental health and anxieties?
So even if it might not avoid totally hurt, what happens is, A, you are able to talk about it and you can nip it in the bud.
Mm,
You know, the first time you feel, in today's youth, cutting is very common, right? So the first time you think about that, or a friend who's doing something like that, you can discuss it with somebody. You can reach out, and if you can
right.
create some platforms where people can come and speak about it openly, where not only people who are suffering, but again, like I said, people who can support and who are going to be the rock behind these people who are suffering, or the patients. If they can also come out openly and ask questions, it is going to be that much easier. We need those things now. We need people to understand how real it is, how serious it is, and how to help.
Exactly. Indeed, ma'am, it was a, again, I can say there is a lot more to learn from you. And what are the things which you have told? I'm very sure about this, that the viewers, those who are watching, at least they are going to take at least one point, and which will ultimately benefit them. Also, I don't want to take too much of your time. So moving to my last question of this session, or rather it's a kind of request to you, is what will be one piece of advice would you like to give to that most vulnerable group of 15 to 25 age group, how they can actually make themselves more physically and mentally fit?
So the one piece of advice I can give them is, hang in there. We've all got your back. There are a lot of us who've got your back. So don't worry. It might not be the ideal family environment. They might not understand, but your parents love you.
Hmm.
They will do. I am sure
It's
any parent in the world will do anything to keep their kids right. It's
right.
scary for them also. What happens is there is a lack of understanding, so people are also very scared. At the
Hmm.
end of the day, what do parents want? That their child should do better than them and have a
Exactly.
good life even when they are gone. So it is only coming from that background and coming from that thought process that the parents are even asking you to do whatever they're asking you to do, or maybe sometimes pushing you towards something because they truly believe that that is good for you. So don't blame them for it. Don't become anti,
Hmm.
as we all do in our teenage years, but don't do that. Talk to them.
Yes.
Keep the communication channel open. Otherwise, find somebody who you can talk to, but talk. Sharing helps.
Okay.
It does help. And I'm talking as somebody who has been treated for clinical depression and anxiety. And I really think all of us, all individuals, adults, we should in India be more open to therapy, and we should go to a counselor even if you don't have depression or anxiety disorders. Talking to a professional who is not judging you helps. So
Hmm.
seek help. These days there are a lot of online platforms available where help is
Right.
available for free, where you can, yeah, right. So do that. Don't just go into a shell and don't just blame everybody around you. Open up, speak about it. Try, at least try taking that first step. I wish I could reach out to everybody and help.
That's
Unfortunately,
really
I
nice of
can't.
you. Indeed, it
But
was
yeah,
a really a very wonderful advice from your side, and thank you so much, ma'am, for joining and giving your important time. We look forward to conduct more such session with you in future. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
thank you, Harsh, and thank you so much for having me here. And thank you, everybody who, whenever Harsh decides to release this talk, everybody who's taking out the time to listen to it. I hope I'm able to touch some lives. Even if this talk, like I said, touches one life, I think we would have made a difference, Harsh. And keep up the good work, Harsh.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
On the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone.